1079 WLXM, Lexington's community radio station. It is Thursday, and it is time for Tower Talk Live, Lexington's very own Chamber of Commerce. It's Emily.
From the Chamber this week, the walls are painted, the flooring is almost complete, and we're anxiously waiting to move into the new building on 311 West Main on Tuesday of next week. We'll be spending a lot of time unpacking and getting organized, but we plan to have the doors open by Monday, October 22nd. So stop by next week if you'd like to help us get settled in and maybe unpack. Otherwise, be sure to stop by the following week to visit with us and see the new building. Chris Metz of Lexington has put her heart and soul into selecting the perfect colors, and Northlake Construction Company, among many others, have worked tirelessly on this building. If you drive by today, you'll notice the shiny tin roof on top of the tower, which was dubbed the Beacon for Business, or more recently, the Tower for Tourism. It's also the namesake of this show, Tower Talk Live. In the meantime, all of the Chamber staff would like to thank Ben Compton for the use of his beautiful building on 203 West Main. We've been so fortunate to have a temporary office to call home and to continue to serve the Lexington community from. Moving right along, I know that the Chamber staff thoroughly enjoyed the Restaurant of the Week last week, as did many others. We even heard that one of our Facebook friends in Scotland saw the deal, called her parents in Lexington, who then came and enjoyed a discounted meal at Flight Deck. For this week's drawing, I'll give you the restaurant and the deal, but you'll have to visit facebook.com/Lexington Chamber to get the code word. Located on Main Street, the restaurant of the week is the Mediterranean Cafe. It's open for lunch and dinner and has become another favorite of the Chamber staff. The deal is $5 off any purchase of $20 or more. Be sure to check out the code word on our Facebook, and if you share the post, you'll be entered in a drawing to win a $20 gift certificate to Mediterranean Cafe as well. If your restaurant is interested in being featured, just contact Haley at HAYLEE@lexingtonsc.org. Before we get into the best part of today's show, which is getting to know some of our members and neighbors, I would like to tell you about a few events going on at the Chamber. First and foremost, the Northlake Construction Ryder Cup presented by Comporium Golf Tournament at Golden Hills Golf and Country Club is coming up quickly. I hope that you'll make plans to join us on October 29th. We still have some space available for teams if you'd like to play. Just call the Chamber at 359-6113. This is always a great day of networking, improving your golf game, and promoting your business. The format is 9 holes best ball and 9 holes captain's choice. The cost for a 2-man team is $195, and it includes lunch, light hors d'oeuvres, and awards reception and drinks all day. Don't miss this event. And the next business after hours is tonight. It's sponsored by Mungo Homes. It'll be held at Vintner's Wood on 113 Montrose Drive in Lexington. That's at 5:30 p.m., and we hope you'll come out and join us. Without further delay, I'd like to introduce the first guest of today's show, John Addy. John and Teresa opened CraigReagin Clothiers in 2011 in downtown Lexington with the goal of providing Central South Carolina with a shopping district comparable to Charleston and Savannah. Their branding captures coastal living, Southern charm, and offers modern takes on Southern apparel. Welcome, John.
Good morning, Emily. Good to be here.
It's good to have you. If you don't mind me asking, how did you get started in the clothing business, or how did the family get started?
That's kind of a long story, but me and Teresa, my wife, retired in '08 from the car business. And our youngest son, Jeremy, was a freshman at the time at Clemson. So he called his mother one morning and said, I want to open up a clothing store in Lexington. So to make a long story short, we pondered over it, and we decided, okay, we'd give it a try. So we bought a building there on Main Street and renovated it. And Jeremy did all his homework. He got all the good Southern brands, and we opened the store in April of 11, and done real well. It's his baby. His mama runs it while he's away at school. He'll graduate in May from Clemson, so hopefully he'll be there full time then to run the store.
Very good. Can Can you tell me a little bit about some of the brands that you have in the store? You mentioned the Southern clothing.
Right. We try to have everything that we can get that's made in the U.S. Got a lot of Southern brands like Southern Tide, Southern Marsh, Southern Proper, collard greens, high cotton bow ties. Bow ties are one of our biggest sellers. We've got Filson clothes for the outdoor wear. Got ladies wear now. Don't know much about that. You'll have to get my wife Teresa back in here one day to tell you about the ladies' clothes. But we just took that on. Her and Jeremy did about 2 months ago. The ladies wear. All our clothes are mainly for the young gentlemen, the high school students, college students, and young professionals. The same way with the ladies wear. The high school, the college girl, and the young professional women. And we've also got Jim's tuxedos now, so we can dress you from the evening on the lake to the biggest black tie affair that you want to go to.
That sounds like a great store to me. If I'm not mistaken, I remember seeing some of the beautiful women's dresses and one of the highlights that we did for you on our Facebook account that were really impressive, as well as the men's clothing. Some of the ties that are there are beautiful.
Right. And like I said, I never would have thought that bow ties would have been so popular with the kids, especially college kids now. But we also offer still the long ties as well. But it's and the girls mainly come in and buy the bow ties for their boyfriends. That's where most of the bow ties are sold.
Well, I believe the Colonial Cup is coming up pretty soon in November. That's a great place to show off those bow ties.
That's right. That's one of our biggest weeks before the Cup. Is we found that out last year, the first year that we was in business. I mean, I did not believe that the kids that would go to the Cup and they want to be decked out in their Southern attire when they're down there. So it's a big event for us.
Very good. Are you familiar with the staff? Can you tell me a little bit? I know Teresa is there and Jeremy is at school, but also help.
And we have two young high school girls that help out, Haley and Kaylee. They come in and they do a real good job, and they're real good with the ladies' wear since we've got that. And they know how to dress these young girls. They're real good kids. They really are. And Jeremy, like I say, comes in and works when he can. When it's not a home football game, he'll always come home on the weekends and gives his mama a break. And he should be home this weekend, and I think they on fall break or something, so he'll be able to work for several days this weekend.
It truly sounds like the type of store I could walk into and spend a lot more money than I plan to.
Well, we don't care if you come in and just look and browse and not buy a thing. We just, we used to have people hang out at the dealership when we had it, and a lot of kids and all come with, to visit my boys, and that's one reason why we opened this store. We've got televisions upstairs and downstairs, and we have a lot of kids just come out and hang out when they're in the summertime, especially when they're not in school, and it's just a family affair. We just enjoy people.
Now, I understand that you have been in the Lexington area for some time. Can you tell me a little bit about being in Lexington and maybe some of the changes that you've seen occur?
Oh God, I'm the third generation of Lexington. I've lived here all my life. I can remember Main Street was the only place to go shopping in Lexington, so I've seen a lot of changes over the years, and that's one reason why we wanted to go on Main Street. I just hated to keep seeing those empty buildings on Main Street, and Lexington's grown so much. It used to be when I was a kid to ride my bicycle uptown, you didn't have to see the people. If you saw a car parked on the Main Street, you know who was there because you just knew everybody. You knew what they drove, where they was. So it's just Lexington's really grown, and I'm proud of that. We've got to grow to succeed, and it's a wonderful place to live. I've raised my 3 boys here. Got wonderful schools, and all the businesses that's come to Lexington has been a great asset to the town of Lexington. And we've just got a great town council, mayor. The Chamber of Commerce does a wonderful thing for the town. So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Well, thank you, Mr. Addy. You mentioned some of the empty buildings that you used to see on Main Street. Now, I understand that you have recently acquired one of the empty buildings that we currently have on Main Street. Can you tell me about your plans for that?
Yes, ma'am. We just bought the building on the corner beside our clothing store, CraigReagin, and we're in the process now of doing demolition inside the building and start renovations. And we're going to put a restaurant in it called Kermit's. Excuse me. That's my oldest son, JK's go run the restaurant, and that's where the name come from, Kermit's. That's his middle name. Now, he don't like people to know his middle name's Kermit, but that's where we got the name from. And that's our plans, to have a dining room upstairs, and we'll have a lounge and bar downstairs in the basement there.
Can you tell me a little bit about the type of food that we can expect to see?
Well, we want to be known as the everything fresh. Won't be no frozen foods found in Kermit's. We're going to specialize mainly in a good steak. We'll also offer, your chicken dishes and fresh seafood. We'll have to run the seafood on specials, because whatever we can get fresh for the day is what we go do there. And we'll still have, your sandwiches and stuff like that, but we'll be only a dinner restaurant. We won't be open for lunch. So, the dining room area, we'll hope that's where a husband and wife would like to come for a good quiet evening and a good meal, or a boyfriend and girlfriend. And then the atmosphere downstairs in the basement would be kind of like, when you've been married to a Teresa as long as I have, it don't make no difference. You just go down there and hang out. That's the kind of atmosphere we want for the basement area.
That's very good. It's time to take a short commercial break, but we'll be back in just a few minutes to finish up with Mr. Addy and also to meet our second guest this afternoon. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Buffett. We've come a long way together since 1981, when Florida Governor Bob Graham and I first founded Save the Manatee Club to protect endangered manatees and their aquatic habitat. We've accomplished a lot, but there's so much more to be done. My friends, old and new, we need your support. Join us in leaving a lasting legacy for Florida's cherished manatees.
You can help by adopting a manatee at SaveTheManatee.org or by calling toll-free at 1-800-432-5646.
You have the power to improve the environment. When you sign up for Green Power from Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative and Santee Cooper, you're investing in the future, because every cent goes toward developing renewable energy right here in South Carolina. For as little as an extra $3 a month or just a dime a day, you can purchase Green Power renewable energy generated from methane gas, and now solar. Call or stop by your local Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative office today and ask about Green Power. It's a simple and effective way to do something good every day.
I'm Addy Richardson with Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative. Without a doubt, we're facing some of the highest energy prices we've ever seen. At the same time, our need for reliable energy continues to grow. That's why it's extremely important that we look at how we consume energy in our daily lives, and if we have opportunities to conserve, we make the most of those opportunities. Conservation and energy efficiency have to be a part of our overall plan when it comes to protecting our environment and natural resources. For more information, call us at 749-6400 or visit our website at mcecoop.com.
1079 WLXM, live from the shops at Flight Deck. It is Tower Talk Live with the Lexington Chamber of Commerce. Here's Emily.
Thank you for listening this afternoon. We're talking to Mr. John Addy with CraigReagin Clothiers, who is also just talking about Kermit's, the restaurant that's coming pretty soon in Lexington. Mr. Addy, can you tell me an expected opening date for the restaurant?
Well, we hope that the building itself will be finished after Christmas. We've been interviewing chefs and staff, so we're not going to push it. We want to be ready. We want to have a lot of test runs before we open, but sometime in January we should be open for business is what we're shooting for.
Very good. That's something to look forward to. I know the staff will be very excited about that as well.
Yeah.
Can you tell me just one last question? Do you remember how you first got involved with the Lexington Chamber, or maybe how you first heard about it?
Oh, God, I knew about it all my life. I guess my dad was president of the chamber going many, many years back, because he started the dealership here in town, and we was always a member, when we had Addy Dodge. And then, of course, when I took over, we still was members. And it's just something we've always tried to support was our chamber.
Well, we really appreciate it, and we certainly appreciate you being on the show with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you a lot, Emily. Thank you for having me.
Take care. While we get ready for our second guest this afternoon, it's a newer chamber member. He's joining us today from Simplified Office Solutions in West Columbia. His name is Kevin Hunter. Kevin, thank you so much for being with us today.
Why, welcome. Glad to be here. And if I don't mind, let me jump in. Simplified Office Systems there.
Excuse me, I'm so sorry.
No
Simplified
problem,
Office
no problem.
Systems. Can you tell me how long that you've been with
Sure, I can tell you it all kind of starts with my background. I had worked for a Japanese manufacturing company for 22 years, and last few years became a member of the board of directors, and they had a change in their strategy, and I was given an opportunity. Actually, while I was in Tokyo, Japan, I was asked, would you like to buy out the business for the state of South Carolina? And really, it was one of those things where I had a path going left, and all of a sudden I was asked to go right. For those of you that ever had that opportunity kind of hit you between the eyes, it can really make you hesitate. But after careful thought and prayer and talking about my family, I had an opportunity to bring back experience of working for one company for 18 years, executive level, traveled 48 states, 5 continents, did business on all 5 of those continents, and having an opportunity to invest that back in the state that I never left. All that travel, I still called the Midlands area of South Carolina my home, and it was just an overwhelming, we got to do it. We've been in business a year and a half. That's when we bought out the company, and the growth has just been one of the most humbling things I've ever seen in my life. But we try to stay consistent with how we do it and make sure we give it a clear message to our customers, and more people are lining up to do business with us. So it's exciting stuff.
Very good. Can you tell me a little bit about the types of clients that you have, the people that you serve?
Sure. From buying out RESO, about half of our business, believe it or not, is with the schools throughout the state. We do business with 30 different public school districts throughout the state of South Carolina. We have close to 400 churches that we do business with. So our business model is a little bit unique to where we have quite a bit of it with government, schools, things that pay their bills with tax dollars. So that makes us real conscious to make sure we bring high value and low price to those folks. The other one is working with nonprofits, which some businesses say they can work with the church, but boy, if you've never worked with a church or a nonprofit, it can be a challenge because sometimes flexibility is the name of the game. You got to be willing to work with those folks in both the good times and the bad, and really having that 22 years of experience of that baseline of working in those markets, it really has given us a great foundation to go out and build on now, to where we do business with everything from a jewelry stores to auto auctions to accounting offices. Really, kind of what we say is we have a technology and printing equipment that will line up from anything from the desktop to the print shop. So somebody as simple as just a desktop printer to a high-end mailing system, we can help you with both ends of the spectrum there.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about the types of products that you have, the services that you offer?
Sure. The products that we offer really from, again, basing it on 20 years experience in the industry, I was very careful when you're looking to add products in there, because one thing, when it's your business and all of my 15 employees treat it like it's their business, we got to make real good decisions up front. We want to make sure that a customer gets a piece of equipment from us that they feel that they've got something that brings high value. So what we've done is really assembled a great team of products with RESO, Kyocera, CopyStar, among others, with HP, Lexmark, some of the other more common names you may see out there. But we also offer a tremendous service to our customers to where we have a printing company. It's not something that we go out and advertise, but essentially what it is if you ever need high volume print jobs, a lot of our folks being in churches around Christmas and Easter, they always need more of something. You need some posters, you got a concert or something. Well, we can help you with that. Also, it's there as a safety net. We do sell mechanical equipment, just like everything, just like a car, everything else. Sometimes it needs a little tune-up, needs a little love and care. Well, if it happens to need that little love and care on a day that you're counting on to do a big print job, that can be very frustrating. So really the strategy behind the print shop was just to be that safety net. So if you're stuck, you can't get your stuff done, you email it to us, we get it printed, and we send it right back to you. And that's at no charge to our customers. So that really has been a tremendous benefit for the folks that we have doing business with us. We also have started offering some pre-printed forms. And really the way I look at what products we offer, it's what do our customers, where are their pain points, where are the gaps in what they need, because we really try to build a trusting relationship with people to be more of a partner than a vendor. And when you take that strategy, it really, the path will be shown in front of you of what products you need to bring that bring value to your customers.
Having that safety net of knowing that, if you have a big project going on and something happens with your printer, that you have the backup, that's excellent, I think.
Yeah, a lot of our customers absolutely love it, and we've had everything from, whoops, I forgot, we got to run 1,000 of these to, we had someone just earlier this week that said they were trying to run 5,000 of just a little simple handout for a big event they were having at their church this week, and they ran out of time, they ran out of this, ran out of that, and we ended up doing the print job for them. Even if it gets into a situation where someone's looking to pay us to do printing, the way I tell them is this is not a profit center for our company. This is a service. We feel like if we bring value to you and we help you do what you need to do, then when it's time for you to buy a piece of equipment, then chances are you're going to give us a shot at it. So we really feel blessed and fortunate to be able to offer those kind of services. It's even more exciting when you offer something and people want it.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me a little bit, you mentioned there are 15 employees at Simplified Office Systems. Can you tell me a little bit about your staff?
Sure, I'd be glad to. And this is one of the things that I know my wife and I take a tremendous amount of pride in. Because of those 15 folks, the least tenured employee has been selling or servicing in our industry for about 15 years. And the way I assembled my team was really going back to guys and gals that I had known for a long time and said, look, I want to do things a little bit different. I don't want high-pressure sales. I don't want people being driven by their comp plans. I said, I want us to all feel like we're able to earn a good living and take care of our families, but more importantly, we got to put the customer first. And we really just follow one simple rule. We do right by the customers and each other. And I am so proud that we fostered an environment to where every employee can make a decision. They know what the company's objectives are. We make sure we communicate where we want to be what we want to be when we grow up, and I support them fully. We say often we don't make mistakes. We just create learning opportunities for the next time, and it's also just a fun place. I mean, our children play together. We go to football games together. I mean, it can sometimes it's kind of like a bunch of brothers getting together, but it's kind of nice to have that family atmosphere. And I really think it conveys out to our customers and shows that level of trust and we do really treat you like you're becoming our family.
Now, we'll need to take a commercial break in just a minute, but you're located in West Columbia currently, is that correct?
No, actually, we're located in Irmo, and we
Okay.
just bought a building for Simplified Office Systems. We're going to be right across the dam in Lexington. We're going to be at 6220 Bush River Road, so we're now becoming a new resident of Lexington County, so we're proud of that, and looking forward to bragging about it.
Well, welcome and thank you. We'll just take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back in a few minutes to finish up, and then I'll talk a little bit more about some of the events that are going on with the Chamber. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I'm Fire Prevention Officer Tony Signorino. October is Fire Prevention Month, and the Lexington County Fire Service wants you and your family to be fire safe. Install a working smoke alarm on every level of your home. Make sure the batteries are fresh and change them every time you change your clock. Have an emergency escape plan that includes at least 2 ways out of every room and only one family meeting place outside of the home. Keep matches and lighters put away and teach children to never play with them. Together, we can save lives by practicing fire safety.
When you leave a room, turn off the lights. Leaving incandescent bulbs on when you aren't there produces heat and wastes electricity. Switch to compact fluorescent bulbs, which are 4 times more energy efficient and last up to 10 times longer. Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative is committed to providing you with reliable power at the best possible price. For more energy-saving tips, go to mcecoop.com. That's mcecoop.com. Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative, your touchstone energy cooperative.
I'm Addy Richardson with Mid-Carolina Electric Cooperative. Without a doubt, we're facing some of the highest energy prices we've ever seen. At the same time, our need for reliable energy continues to grow. That's why it's extremely important that we look at how we consume energy in our daily lives, and if we have opportunities to conserve, we make the most of those opportunities. Conservation and energy efficiency have to be a part of our overall plan when it comes to protecting our environment and natural resources. For more information, call us at 749-6400 or visit our website at mcecoop.com.
1079 WLXM, Lexington's community radio station, live from the shops at Flight Deck. This is Tower Talk Live with your Lexington Chamber of Commerce. Here's Emily.
Thank you for listening this afternoon. We're talking with Kevin Hunter of Simplified Office Systems in Irmo, South Carolina. Now, I've seen a couple of flyers that mention some collegiate logo products that you're now offering. Can you tell me about those?
Sure, I'll be glad to. And please share that flyer with everyone you encounter and tell everybody the good news. But backing up on my background, when I was at the manufacturing company, I was responsible for marketing. Basically, I used to save from the polar caps because I'd go from Canada all the way down and help out with some of the Latin American companies. But also combining that with owning my own company now, and I'm kind of the marketing guy and the sales guy and operations guy. And for those of you that own your own business, you kind of do it all. But I've always loved marketing, and I also grew up, no offense, Mr. Addy, going to Carolina Gamecock football, and I'm a die-hard Gamecock fan, and also enjoy watching the other team up in the upstate there with the Clemson Tigers. And I started looking at creative ways we could differentiate ourselves, and one of those was, let's look at becoming the collegiate licensed company to put Carolina and Clemson copiers and printers out there. It was quite a laborious process. It took about 7 months, but we are so excited now that everything from a desktop printer all the way up to a production system, you can show your true colors. You can show those in a Carolina copier or in a Clemson copier. And beyond just the excitement of taking a boring piece of office equipment and turning it into something that you'll be proud of. So it's almost like a piece of furniture that helps decorate your office now. But also a purchase of those products through us, you're financially supporting the universities. And what that comes out is obviously, with the use of those, there's royalties that go back to the universities. And, it was a labor of love, a lot of those late nights, but we're very excited about it. And we definitely, you're going to start seeing some marketing coming out from us, both advertising and in the papers, some inserts. You'll start seeing more and more about it. And definitely encourage you to go to our website at mysimplifiedoffice.com, and you'll see it hit you right between the eyes. And I can tell you this, of the 100 or so people that have seen it, I have yet to see any of them not put a smile on their face. Because we all love our Tigers, we all love our Gamecocks, and, man, if we could show it in our offices, why not take advantage of it? So when you get a chance today, go out there and check out. And if you want one, call us. We'll get you one today. Not a big deal at all. But that's just one of our programs. The other one is, because we do so much business with churches throughout the state, I really felt compelled to do a partnership agreement with ACS Technologies. And they are the leading software provider to churches throughout the country. Well, we are a referral partner with those guys. So if you're an ACS Technologies user in a church environment, we've actually negotiated some great discounted prices, as well as some training, some other support programs that can help you integrate that software with our printing equipment. And what that means is you can take something as simple as a newsletter or bulletin and customize it using the data that you got available in your ACS Technologies. And overall, SOS our goal is to leverage not only my experience, but the experience of my team, and bring out programs that you often don't see on a local level, you see on a big national basis. We want to take the commitment and the experience of my team, leverage that, and bring those programs to a local level, but add one more little piece, and that's the flexibility to make sure that we find a program that fits our customers' needs and applications.
Very good. I just want to thank you for being a chamber member, welcome you to the Lexington County community in a short time when you make the move. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about any of the programs or your company before we switch gears?
No, and definitely we're looking forward to being in Lexington County. It's been a fast and furious first year and a half for SOS, but we truly feel like we are blessed, and we feel like we are bringing something different not only to the Lexington area, but the entire state of South Carolina. And I would just throw out to everyone our website again, mysimplifiedoffice.com. Also, if you need to reach us, just call us at 888-914-7476. And thank you so much for your time. Enjoyed it.
Sure, Kevin. Thank you so much for being on the show. Again, just wanted to highlight that we had Simplified Office Systems this afternoon, as well as CraigReagin and the Coming Soon restaurant, Kermit's, on Main Street in Lexington. If you've been listening to the show for the past couple weeks, you've heard a lot about our Let's Live It Up Total Resource campaign. Haley and Sandra have been incredibly busy knocking on doors and visiting members to meet our yearly goals. If you still haven't seen our video, you really have to check out all of the Lexington members dancing away. It's on our homepage at lexingtonsc.org. You know, if you've been thinking about joining the chamber, you really probably shouldn't delay. The deadline for inclusion in our membership directory, which is distributed to all members, newcomers in the area, and more, is October 31st, 2012. And I just wanted to take a moment to tell you about chamber membership as well. We have so many fantastic events, learning opportunities, and more. But what you may not realize is that membership is about a lot more than networking. Through economic development, we're focused on bringing more jobs to the area to support the local economy. One example of this is Amazon. You know, earlier this week, Randy and I attended a meeting of the Mid-State Chambers Coalition out at Saluda Shoals Park with several other chambers from around the state. If you haven't heard of the Mid-State Coalition, it's a group of 19 chambers of commerce from 11 counties in the central region of our state. It serves as the unifying body that promotes issues important to the growth and development of the Mid-State region, and we represent 1.3 million citizens and over 500,000 workforce members. The purpose of this meeting in particular was to identify the focused issues for the upcoming year, which include workforce development, the infrastructure of the Mid-State transportation, as well as our military bases, and more. The Mid-State Coalition is just another way that we're representing your business and the Lexington community. If you're interested in keeping up with what's going on in the Mid-State area, you can visit midstatechamberscoalition.org. We'll also have a Twitter handle and a Facebook page most likely coming up in the next few months, so be sure to look for that. Just wanted to remind you about a few more events that we have going on. The annual Pine Press Printing October Business After Hours will be held on October 25th. It's always a great time. You really should make plans to stop by and mark it on your calendar. You know, we're still looking for a few interns and volunteers. We had a couple of phone calls, but if you're interested in helping us out, just contact us at 803-359-6113. You can call Aida or you can call me either way. Just a couple more quick events before we wrap up. On October 16th, we have a ribbon cutting for Riley's Drugs. On October 18th at 4 p.m., we have Carolina Hormone and Health. They were formerly HRC, and they're on Sunset Boulevard. And that's another ribbon cutting. We also have a cutting on October 22nd for Monterey Mexican, and then another on November 2nd at Shepherd Center of Lexington. I've said before, but just a quick reminder, we do have so many events going on. I know it can be hard to keep up. Just visit our chamber calendar as well as our community calendar on lexingtonsc.org to help you keep up with those dates. And one more business after hours. We have one tonight, and then we have one on November 15th. That date has recently changed from the 1st to the 15th. That's North Lake Construction's Business After Hours. They'll be showcasing their latest project, which is our new chamber building on 311 West Main Street. So be sure to make plans to join us there as well. And then just a quick highlight of our new members. We have Palmetto Commercial Services, which is a janitorial and crime scene cleanup company, Lake Murray Lions Club, Doctors Care, ERA Wilder in Lexington, Verizon Wireless, Palmetto Specialty Transfer, and that's about it. I really hope that you'll plan to join us at the Business After Hours this evening. Thank you so much for listening to Tower Talk Live. Be sure to go on our Facebook this afternoon to find the code word for Mediterranean Cafe. Thank you again for listening, and I hope that you'll make it a great day.
Broadcasting from the shops at Flight Deck, this is 107.9.